This is the lecture of switch gear and protection. In this lecture we will study the transformer protection. Okay, before study the transformer protection we will study some basic intro of transformer. You already studied in previous semester the construction of transformer and its working. This is the construction of transformer. You can see that on two limbs of iron core, two windings are available. This winding is supplied with V1 I1 and it has number of turns N1 which is wound on iron core. This is second winding which has voltage V2, current I2 and number of turns N2 on iron core limb. Okay. Now you know that the winding which is connected with supply is known as primary winding. The winding which is connected with supply is known as primary winding, and the winding which is connected with load is known as secondary winding. Now due to the voltage and current, this winding will produce the flux. This dotted line represents the flux lines. It will connected to secondary winding which has number of turns N2. It will cut. Why? Because this flux is alternating in nature. That's why due to the cutting of that alternating flux, the E2 and I2 will produce in secondary winding. So this is the electromagnetic induction principle for transformer. Okay, transformer is mainly used to provide step up voltage or step down voltage. In some application we are also using it as a isolating device. Okay, why isolating device? Because the primary side has no any physical connection with secondary side. Okay, so it is known as isolating device. According to its function, it will classify as step up or step down. Okay, if the voltage of secondary is higher than V1, if V2 is higher than V1, then it is known as step up transformer. If V2 is less than V1, then it is known as step down transformer. Okay, and the EMF induced in winding is given by one equation which is known as E equal to minus N d phi by dt. E equal to minus N d phi by dt. Basically transformer works on that equation. Okay, this is the construction. Here you can see that primary winding V1 I1 are primary voltage and current, iron core, alternating flux. N1 is the number of turns of primary winding, N2 is number of turns of secondary winding, V2 I2 are secondary voltage and current. So this is the basic introduction of transformer. Okay, now we will study some of the faults occur on transformer. Okay, some of the faults occur on transformer. These are the faults. First of all, overload. Many times overloading occurs in transformer. So what is the reason? The reason for overloading is you are operating your transformer for excessive load which are not in comes its rating. Okay, so what happened due to the overloading? Due to the overloading, temperature will increase. Okay, temperature of transformer will increase, and due to that increment in transformer, the insulation used in winding will be damaged by high temperature. Okay, due to the overloading, the consumption of winding current will excessive high. In overloading, the transformer winding carry the current which is not or higher than its rating. Okay, higher than its rated current. That's why due to higher amount of that current, the excessive temperature will increase, and due to that high temperature, the insulation of winding will damage. Okay, second is over voltage. Okay, what happened due to the over voltage? So due to the over voltage, stress develop across the insulation. Okay, due to the over voltage, stress will develop across the insulation layer, and if that over voltage will become higher than breakdown capacity of that insulation layer, then it will damage that winding or any other part which is connected with it. Okay, then another is interturn fault. Now first of all, why interturn fault happen? Okay, interturn fault એટલે winding ના જે બે ટર્ન હોય, ઓકે, વાઇન્ડિંગ ના જે બે ટર્ન હશે એ બંને વચ્ચે જે ફોલ્ટ થાય અથવા તો બે શોર્ટ સર્કિટ થઈ જાય એને કહેવાય interturn fault. Okay, so the interturn fault is due to the insulation damage. Okay, બે ટર્ન્સ હોય એની વચ્ચે ઇન્સ્યુલેશન ખબર છે આવેલું હોય, જો એ ઇન્સ્યુલેશન થઈ જાય બરોબર. ડેમેજ તો શું થઈ જાય તો કે ડાયરેક્ટલી એકબીજા સાથે કનેક્ટેડ થઈ જાય. સો ઇટ ઇઝ નોન એઝ interturn fault and it will happen due to the insulation damage. Due to interturn fault, high amount of current will produce, okay, or high amount of current will flow from that number of turns, and due to high amount of current, temperature of that winding will increase, okay. Then another fault, overheating of core, okay, overheating of core, okay. The reason for overheating of core are mentioned here. Due to the high loading, okay, if you are operating your transformer with excessive loading, then also overheating of core will occur. Due to the high voltage also, and failure of cooling system. You know that we are using cooling system in power transformer, okay, to reduce the operating temperature, okay. So if the cooling system will damage, then dissipation of heat will not occur, and due to that not dissipation of heat, the overheating of core will start, okay. Then failure of cooling system, okay, due to the failure of cooling system, as I explained you, increment in core or coil temperature, okay. cooling system ડેમેજ થઈ જશે તો કોર અને કોઇલ અથવા તો આખા મશીનનું ટેમ્પરેચર ધીરે ધીરે ઇન્ક્રીમેન્ટ થવા માંડશે, ઓકે. Then improper contact of tap changer, okay. One fault is improper contact of tap changer. Now due to the improper contact of tap changer, sparking will occur at contacts, okay. જે કોન્ટેક્ટ હોય ત્યાં સ્પાર્કિંગ સ્ટાર્ટ થઈ જાય ને એ સ્પાર્કિંગના કારણે તમને ખબર છે શું થાય તો કે ઓવરહીટિંગ થાય, અને ઘણીવાર જો એને લાંબા સમય સુધી રાખવામાં આવે તો કોન્ટેક્ટ કેવા થઈ જાય, ડેમેજ થઈ જાય, ઓકે. ધેન ફેસ ટુ ફેસ ફોલ્ટ ઓર અર્થ ફોલ્ટ. Now face to face fault will produce due to the insulation failure between the two phase, and earth fault is produced due to the insulation failure between the phase and ground, okay. It will damage our transformer, એટલે કે આ જો થાય બરોબર તો આપણું ટ્રાન્સફોર્મરમાં excessive current flow થાય અને આપણું ટ્રાન્સફોર્મર ડેમેજ થઈ શકે છે, okay. So these are the transformer faults, its causes and its remedy are given here, okay. In next lecture we will study the protection provided to transformer, okay. Protection provided to transformer. In next lecture we will study that, okay. Thank you.